Hey there, and welcome. I'm so glad you could join me. Today, we're going to crack open a really cool secret about English verbs. You know, the ones that just love to break the rules.
So let me ask you something. When you think about the past tense, do you figure every single verb just gets a nice little ed tacked onto the end? Well, if you do, you're definitely on the right track. But it's not the whole story.
And this here shows you exactly what I'm talking about. On one side, you've got the simple rule, right? Walk becomes walked. Easy. But then, look at the other side. Eat doesn't become eated, it turns into something totally different. And those special verbs, that's what we're diving into today. Yep, we are officially meeting English's rule-breaker verbs. You should think of them as the fun, kinda unpredictable characters in the language. They just don't follow the crowd, and honestly, they play by their very own rules when we're talking about the past.
So what is an irregular verb anyway? Well, it's really just a verb that has its own unique special word for the past tense. Instead of just adding ed, the whole thing might change. So our job is simply to learn these special forms by heart.
All right, it is time to meet our first group of special verbs. And hey, don't feel like you have to memorize all of them right this second. For now, let's just get to know these new words. Okay, let's check out our first set. So in the present, we go, but yesterday, we went. See how that works? We do our work today, but yesterday, we did it. Each one has its own little twist. We have eat becomes ate, get becomes got, and come becomes came.
Let's keep it rolling with our next group. So take changes to took, have becomes had, and notice these next two. Sleep turns into slept, and leave becomes left. Kinda similar, right? And last up, wake becomes woke. You are doing great.
You know, if you look really close at this group, you might just spot a little pattern. See how the vowel sound in the middle often changes? Write becomes wrote. Sing becomes sang. Draw becomes drew. It's not a perfect rule, of course, but it's a pretty neat trick for remembering that think becomes thought and hear becomes heard. And for our final set here, feed becomes fed, fall becomes fell, catch turns into caught, and choose is chose. But then we get to a really interesting one. Put becomes put. It doesn't change at all. That just goes to show how unique every single one of these little rule breakers can be. Okay, next up, practice. Because, just seeing the words on a screen is one thing, but saying them out loud, that's how we really make them stick in our brain. Repetition is absolutely key here, so let's do it together.
All right, I want you to say these right along with me. Ready? Let's do it. Go, went. Nice. Okay, next one. Eat, ate. And one more. Take, took. Great work.
Okay, let's do a few more. Repeat after me. Sing, sang. Good. Sleep, slept. Perfect. And write, wrote. See, it really makes a difference when you say them out loud.
All right, you've met the verbs, you've said them out loud. I think you're ready. It's time to put your new knowledge to the test, and let's do it in a fun way. Let's play a quick game.
Okay, first question for you. Take a look. Write. What is the past tense of write? Think about it for a second. Got it?
If you said wrote, you got it. That is absolutely correct. Now remember, we never, ever say righted, even though it might seem like the logical thing to do. That special rule breaker form is always wrote. Okay, ready for another one? Let's do it. What is the past tense of eat? We saw this one as the very, very beginning. Do you remember it? And the answer is ate. Yes, perfect. Remember, we want to avoid that common mistake of saying eated. The special form is ate. You're really starting to get the hang of this. Okay, let's try a quick matching puzzle. We've got the present verbs on the left, and on the right, the past verbs are all mixed up. So let's start with go. Where's its partner? Come on, there it is, went. Okay, how about have? The past of have is had. Perfect. Next up, take. That matches with took, which means the last one, do, has to match with did. Fantastic job. Wow, you have learned so much in just a few minutes. We've met the verbs, we've practiced them. So now let's talk about the most important part, what you should do now. So, what are the big takeaways? First and foremost, remember that these irregular verbs are special. They do not use ed.
Second, your only job for right now is to practice and start memorizing these new pairs. And third, and this is important, don't worry about making full sentences yet. Just getting comfortable with the new words is the goal.
And that brings us right to our final thought. Just look at all these new words you've learned. So my question for you is this: which of these new verbs are you going to use first? Think about it. Thanks so much for learning with me today, and keep up the practice. You're doing an amazing job.